Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. So, my voice is probably back to normal now. I can't really talk high, like super high pitch, but I'm don't see myself talking high pitch in these sort of videos, so it's pretty good. We got great news. Joe Biden stumbling up drunk up to the victory podium in North Dakota in a humiliating underperformance. Joe Biden winning the North Dakota primary today by 92.4%. Put votes into that. Joe Biden won 840 votes. That's it. 840. That's Marianne Williamson won way more of those votes in primaries around the United States. That comes to show a lot of people didn't show up to vote for Joe Biden. Here's why. Now, this primary, it was a caucus. I guess North Dakota uses, as you know, the state senate districts for, as you know, the election. How it goes is North Dakota uses these state election districts, and each district, I believe, there's a city, sort of like the North Dakota caucus. Now, I hope there's going to be a primary map coming out, but what we are going to take a look and see here. So yes, like I said, March 22nd was the beginning of voting, and I tend to find elections that usually have a deadline of you gotta vote by this time. Like a longer set of elections. The first one being Iowa, you'll see only 11,000 people showed up to vote for Joe Biden. That's an underperformance for sure. 11,000 people. What ended up happening was a lot of people didn't know it because it's either some people were waiting for an election day, some people knew that Democratic primary begins at January 12th. 2 days before the Republican primary, ends on Super Tuesday. So you got over almost 2 months in advance of voting. And what ends up happening is a lot of people push that aside. Oh, we don't have to rush and vote now. We got 2 months to vote. And a lot of people, they end up forgetting. Oh, it's not worth it. Joe Biden's, running for president. While in putting it on one day, like March 25th, 2024, that is forcing voters, time to go out and vote. So there's not going to be an underperformance. You notice there's the same results in Missouri. Yes, Joe Biden won a little bit better, did a little bit better in Iowa, winning 6,000 more votes. You'll see. However, though, he won in multiple counties. He failed to carry any vote. He couldn't win votes in this county or these counties down here. Compared to his 2020 results, Joe Biden swept the whole state of Missouri, of course. 400,000 votes. Bernie Sanders was even in this race. This was a Super Tuesday race. So yeah, people showed up to vote because once again Bernie Sanders was in this race, and yes, Joe Biden swept this whole state as of 2024. Yeah, Joe Biden did horrible in Missouri. And yes, guys, it's the same deal in North Dakota. North Dakota primary. Let's see. It brings me all the way down here. But North Dakota, March 30th. And of course, on April 2nd, we have primaries in Connecticut, New York, Rhode Island, and Wisconsin. We'll, of course, get the results for these first states, Connecticut, New York, and Rhode Island. And then Wisconsin will come like around 9 o'clock, and then that's the night. So it's going to be interesting, but we're mainly going to be talking about North Dakota today. Yes, 92.4% for Joe Biden. There has not been any sort of map, as you can see. Yes, it's just the Democrats are being stupid on how they run their primaries because, once again, Joe Biden's underperforming, not because he's just a really bad president and is not just only a really bad president, but a really bad party leader. He's just it's just these long-term voting dates, like North Dakota primary going back. Yep, 22nd to the 22nd of March to the 30th of March, giving this a week of voting. North Dakotans a week of voting, and giving Americans in general a week of voting. That's not going to help you in the long run. I don't know what the Biden campaign strategy on this was. I don't know if this was the Secretary of State's idea. Well, it makes sense because I don't think the Democratic primaries, and when they are scheduled, who schedules them? The Secretary of State or the state party leader? Because North Dakota has the Democratic Nonpartisan League. So that's a totally different political party, separate from the Democratic Party. It's affiliates with the Democratic Party abroad in the country. But yes, another one of those races is, oh, look at that. We finally got a map, for crying out loud. Look at that. Yes, for Joe Biden won a lot of countries in blue. For the Democrats abroad, oh, look, Marianne Williamson won a country, guys. Nicaragua. What an embarrassment. Yeah, uncommitted. You see Egypt, Pakistan, Jordan, Bahrain, Senegal. They're going for uncommitted. But I don't want to make this about the uncommitted. I don't really want to make this about the Democrats abroad primary. Once again, I find that very interesting. But really, really focusing on the fact Joe Biden's underperformance, comparing that to Trump's performance in North Dakota. Trump was actually running against a legitimate opponent, Nikki Haley, right? Nikki Haley. And Joe Biden was running against an opponent, right? Marianne Williamson. But Marianne Williamson did not prove to be in any threat to Nikki Haley. Marianne Williamson didn't seem to be a threat to Joe Biden at all. Well, in this election, she got up to 3.4% of the popular vote, winning 31 votes. I keep thinking these are delegates because never have we ever got this struck down to the vote. Like 840 votes. It goes straight in there. Then you get Marianne Williamson, 31 votes. Then you go to Dean Phillips, who won 16 votes, 1.8% of the popular vote. 100% of this race was called, and this race was called really quickly. I mean, they only had to do like 10 minutes, 5 minutes of counting. 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes of counting. And then they projected, and even before 5 minutes, probably in the first 2 minutes of the race, starting the race, they projected Biden the winner. It does not take a lot to count 840 votes. Guess what? This is not even. My own city, Minnesota City, has way more. It has 80% more people. My Republican voting Minnesota small town community has 80% more people than what Biden won in North Dakota. Mind-boggling. Mind-boggling that more people live in my city than actual people that voted in this stupid primary to elect their bogus dementia brain president. It's just mind-boggling. So what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. And of course, I will see you all in the next political episode.